Oh, it's something. And it's not just 4 hours of film study, Jenna. It also lays out that film study must be uninterrupted. No second screening. You can't be scrolling Twitter or watching television or playing Call of Duty when you need to be preparing for Aaron Donald. And if you do that and we find out, we'll void your contract guarantees. Oh my. Nothing like telling a guy, hey, here's $200 million, but it comes with a nanny cam. We're going to need to install it in your house when you're not there and be able to check in on you. Come on, man. This is, first of all,
they did that.
This is such, the Cardinals are, how do I say this kindly? I don't know if I can say it kindly. I don't know that the Cardinals are a serious organization. They make a lot of decisions that make me think, okay, like there's the Ravens and the Patriots for a long time and the Steelers as, you know, teams that have been dominant and done things the right way for like 20 plus years. And then in the next tier, there's the Chiefs who have done it for, you know, a decade now or so. Teams, the Rams who are, you know, half decade so of doing it things a certain way. And then there's another group and another group. And then in that fifth group's the Cardinals. Because Wilds, first of all, this is one of those things you don't want to have to enforce. This is, you don't have older kids, but like this is like if your kid is struggling with this homework in high school and you're like, okay, every day when you get home, we're going to go through all your work. I'm going to check it. We're going to sit together. And then the moment you say that, he's angry. And you're like, why did I just sign up for that? That's miserable. And it's going to ruin our relationship. And I don't want to do it. What are they going to do? Because honestly, what are they going to give him what they say is 4 hours of film? But at the 3 hour, 35 minute mark, they start playing Looney Tunes. And it's like, hey, at the end of the week, what'd you think of that fourth hour? And he's like, I thought it was great. And it was like, well, actually, there were cartoons on there. We know you didn't watch it. Contract voided. Gotcha. That's first of all. Second of all, it's telling the entire world you don't trust your quarterback. Like, you can't do this. And lastly, Wilds, it is a sign that the moment they offered Kyler this contract, they were already looking for ways out of it. They were as squeamish about this contract as I was. No. But they're the ones that offered it. No? Okay, then explain it to me.
You think they're
then tell me.
You think
why not just be like, but Kyler? Yeah, go ahead.
So hold on. Do you think that they would activate this clause? Because if I was Kyler Murray at this point, because it's become a thing, I would push the envelope. I would start my first week 3 hours and 59 minutes. And then I would start taking it down from there. I mean, I would log off. I would have a separate iPad. I would still do all my study, but I would keep on pushing it. Just because now it's a thing, Broussard. Like the idea that that it was a little addendum to the contract that nobody was going to see, but now it's become like this thing and this like mark on Kyler's resume. It's a bad look. So I would purposely flout it.
Hold on. Can I just say something real quick?
That was thrown in there. Go.
Just real quick. Everyone was going to see it. All of these contracts get filed to the league office, and they all get reported immediately.
I didn't think it was going to blow up like
this.
But did you think it was going to blow up?
Of course it's going to blow up
and
like
become
this.
A story?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't think it was going to blow
You
up.
put in the contract, we don't trust you to study, and when you do study, we think you're actually playing video games? You put that in the contract for a $230 million quarterback, Brew, that's going to be a story. They unless, again, maybe they're a totally unserious organization and they don't know how the media works, but I'll at least give them credit that they knew this would be a story, Brew.
Yeah, look, we all agree. It ain't nothing. All right, this is huge. This makes both parties look bad. All right, it's shocking, it's unprecedented, it's telling, and it is insulting. All right, and it makes the Cardinals look just as bad as Kyler. Why in the world would you give a quarterback who you do have under contract for a few more years, not to mention you could franchise him, why would you give him all of this money and you are saying his study habits are horrible? Okay, that's what you're doing. All right, this is bad all the way around, but I believe there could be a silver lining. I'm going to throw it out there too. And I think this can be the only thing that the Cardinals are hoping for. If Kyler Murray has been as good as he has, two-time Pro Bowler, led a team that before he got there won 3 games to 11 wins last season. I said it yesterday, has improved his passer rating, completion percentage, yards per game every year. And last year did it without his best receiver for half the year. Also did it without running the football like he did the year before when he was lightning with his legs. So if he can do all of this, Nick, and he doesn't study, his study habits are horrible, then what can he do if he studies? How good could he be? And so, Wiles, I don't think he should take your advice. I think he should really dive in. Look, people are going to insult him, criticize him no matter what. The best way to shut up the haters is to dive in, get in the film, and let it take you to another level. Sure. Because I'm sure that's what the Cardinals think it would do. So I do think there's that silver lining, Nick. Here's the last thing I'll say before I throw it to you. The Cardinals is another thing that makes them look bad. You said it. It's basically unenforceable. All right, how are you going to know? I mean, is there a little camera on the iPad that's taping Kyler or what? I don't even think you can do that.
That's enforceable.
So what they should have done, it's only 4 hours. 4 hours isn't even an hour a day. They should have said 4 hours a week, you stay after practice, after film study with your position coaches, and you watch 4 hours of film at least with your position coach or with the offensive coordinator, whoever, and we study the film together. Yeah. That's what they should have done. You don't send him, go home and do this. That's ridiculous. So it makes the Cardinals and Kyler look bad. But, Nick, that silver lining, I'm going to say that happens. Yeah. I'm going to give Kyler some credit, the benefit of the doubt, and say he goes high.
They should have done it on a handshake agreement. And it should have been, hey, listen, Kyler, we're giving you this. Kyler has been honest. Kyler told the New York Times he's not a big film study guy. He likes to read and react. And he also did an interview, maybe it was the same interview or a similar time frame, where he said, yeah, during the pandemic, I think we all got a little too into video games and all this stuff. So there's a reason for this. But, and Wilds, as far as it being unenforceable, guys, I have very different feelings on contract negotiations than my colleagues. Brew's feeling on contract negotiations is essentially like, it's a feudal system, and the lords of the manor will tell you what you will and will not get, and you will hold the line. That's Brew's old school contract negotiation. And Wilds, evidently, you think that organizations put things in contracts just for the hell of it. There's a reason it's there. There is a right. Like, do you think they are putting it in there just for because they want this content, or because they think they need to have potentially an out?
I would be shocked if the Cardinals activated this clause. And I do think it's enforceable. You have all sorts of programs that track remote work. And if I was Kyler Murray, at this point, because I'm now being publicly embarrassed, saying that I can't study for 4 hours without playing video games, I would push the envelope. That's me, just to be difficult. I would get onto it for 3 hours and 59 minutes and stop.
How is that going to work for your football team? How's that going to work for your football team?
I would just do it to be annoying.
A little battle
I don't want to be babysat.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.